You appear to be quite the excellent mercenary, my friend. Perhaps you'd be willing to help me with my my battle preparations. Oh, why do I even phrase it like a question when I know you won't refuse me? I'll call upon you later, so do be prepared. Do I not get to choose? Okay, well. Okay, back to relaxing over here, huh? Back to taking it easy over here, huh? Yeah, that's a good spot for you to relax. Okay. Okay, I missed someone near the smithy. I'm now realizing you can't see it on the Doogie Cam, but, you know, the map isn't important for here. It's important during, like, battles, but here it's not important, so Doogie can be on during this. Your ultimate mercenaries certainly gave us all we could handle in Magdred. Yeah, they sure did. Next time I see them will be far too soon, I tell you what. Can't believe the kingdom hired them. Well, I suppose it's a relief that they won't show up in a fight against the Alliance, eh? You better not speak too soon. So yeah, I guess if Geralt's mercenaries don't wind up going to Garruk Monastery, then they just wind up being mercenaries for hire in the war that breaks out. That's what winds up happening. Have you heard of a man named Acheron? He is the head of House Plegathon, who rules over the Great Bridge of Myrddin. At first, he pledged loyalty to Adrestia, but no sooner did the man hear about Count Gloucester's actions than he did betray us and surrender the bridge. It takes quite the opportunity to change camps as easily as some change their clothes. Well, we gotta take Ferdinand on a expedition as well at some point. We're definitely gonna have to do that.
What to do? Do you have a moment?
Our army rushed over here to Alliance territory, and I'm worried about the situation in the kingdom. And yes, we have a reasonable amount of forces left, as well as whatever General Randolph has, but... Worry expressed concern about the kingdom's army?
So basically...
It'd be bad news if the king attacked us himself. Blathen's troops are famed enough for their strength, and if the king does come, any former kingdom forces who intercept him may falter. I'm also curious now, Grondor Field will have a map in this game for the respective battle? It might. Like, at this point, I'd probably be surprised if it didn't.
If I may.
Count Berglius is a beast of a man, and one with a keen sense for traps. Yet for him to not smell betrayal, well, I have little choice but to praise Count Gloucester's deception. Maybe he was caught off guard.
Are you sure?
Maybe he was caught off guard, or maybe the enemy has some kind of advantage.
Well?
Count Berglius, caught off guard. Impossible. The man understands tactics on an intimate level. As a warrior, he would never yield to recklessness and make such an error in judgment. Oh. She's like, why have you not gone to bed yet? Why are you still here streaming? Why is this happening? You should be sleeping right now. Why are you streaming still? It's probably what she's thinking right now. I'll be wrapping it up here in a little bit. I've been streaming for over 6 hours. So I've been going for a while. You know, when sometimes people will come to me asking for like advice in content creation. One of the things that I don't really talk about a whole lot is long streams like this. You know, you probably shouldn't be, you know, sitting down, sitting still, and playing a video game for over 6 hours straight. But hey, here we are. I mean, I always do long streams of a game, like, right after it releases. So, you know, this is still the second stream of this game. This is the case for anyone watching this on YouTube after the fact. So if anyone's been leaving me comments up until this point with, like, advice, I haven't seen it yet. Is the thing, because this is still the same session. That's one of the weird things about, you know, doing things on, Twitch, like, way in advance, doing such long streams, cutting them up into parts, and then, like, scheduling them for YouTube, is, you know, comments that are posted, I'm only gonna see it, like, so many episodes down the line, is the thing. So, you know, there's that. What occurred was truly regrettable. I should have seen through Count Gloucester's duplicity. Or perhaps it is more accurate to say I misjudged the man's ambition. He prizes his people above all, and we create a situation where he wanted to fight. I will need to reflect on that. I don't think that there's any other facilities that can be upgraded right now, is there?
Allow me to assist with any matters regarding the... Let me know if I may be of further service.
Let me know if I may be of further service. Yeah, that's the advantage of coming to the live streams. As if you want to call me a stupid head, you can do it live. Isn't it cool? I wanted to get the thingamabob over there, but Fodlan is certainly growing turbulent. During such times, it's not unusual to see various schemers appear and try to turn the chaos to their own advantage. There are a number of young generals in this army, so people like myself and Hanneman, well, we have to be extra careful. Can I get this? Empire Nobles 2. Gosh darn it! Empire Nobles 2. A register of prominent noble houses of the addressing empire. This document is expressly for official use by the Church of Saros. Students are forbidden to remove or peruse this documentation. 1179 edition. House Girth. Girth, I don't know. Gareth? Girth? Give it a wide girth! A house of dukes that has inherited rule over the Empire's Ministry of the Exterior. What's the Ministry of the Exterior? That sounds like a fashion design place. I don't know. Diplomacy, foreign relations, and relations between various provinces and the capital fall under its purview. Okay, that makes sense for Exterior now. It worked hard to secure the ceasefires that ended both the Bridget and Dagda campaigns. Though complicit in the insurrection, it remains distant from associated houses. House Arundel, formerly a minor noble house of the Empire. As head of the house, when Volkard's younger sister became betrothed to the Empire Ionius IX, Volkard was granted the title of Lord Arundel. Having worked closely with House Eyre, House Arundel is seen as one of the chief instigators of the Insurrection of the Seven. You know, I said it during Three Houses, I'll say it again. This world of Fodlan has to have, like, one of the most built-up, like, lores and histories I've seen in a video game. And I really wish that Three Houses actually used it more, instead of it just being, like, the fun thing that you can read about in the library, you know? Actually use it directly in the plot more. Because, like, the amount of time that had to have been taken to make this insanely dedicated history to this fictional world is insane, you know? House Hrim, a house of imperial viscounts, resisting Empire Ionius IX's policy of power centralization. It set out to join the alliance and secure independence from the Empire, but was unable to overcome the Imperial Army's intervention. In the aftermath, the house's main genetic line was wiped out. Its current head of house is an adoptee. House Nouvelle, a house of Imperial Viscounts with territory on the western coast of the Empire, centered around its namesake harbor city of Nouvelle. The house flourished thanks to commerce with Dagda, Albinia, Bridget, and other territories. Even still, it fell to ruin in 1175 after permitting the combined invading forces of the Dagda and Bridget armies to make landfall. House Ox, a house of imperial barons. Its territory occupies the northern half of the western peninsula known as Fodlan's Fangs. The head of the house was lost to the Dagda and Bridget War. House Bartels, a house of imperial barons, highly ambitious. It sought out and acquired several crusts for its bloodline. In 1176, many members, including the head of the house, died under unexplained circumstances. The guilt of this tragedy was attributed to the heir, Emile. As his whereabouts are unknown, leadership of the house fell to a distant relative. I know where he is! In fact, he's not all that far right now! Anyway, also, why is it that when I'm speaking casually, I stumble over my words so more often than when I'm, like, reading out text on the screen? Just a little observation there.
Time to work you into shape.
Hold on. I keep pressing X to open the menu. Let's see here. So let's reclass into other things again. To be like, maybe I'll reclass into Flugel when we go do like the main mission. But you know, I'll take a look at like, you know, my proper abilities sometime later. Yeah, look at all the ability slots there. It does go up to 10. Huh. I still haven't had like a proper look at the abilities yet in this game, so I don't know like how much of a game changer they are. But, you know, that'll be interesting to see there. Anyway, I'll be in like my super good classes for like the main battles of whatever month. But until that point, I may as well be making progress in like other classes, unlocking more skills and whatnot, and broadening our horizons, you know? But yeah, I guess maybe because of reading off a script and whatnot, but you know, when I'm speaking just as is, it's a script that's forming in my head as it's going, you know? Let's see here. So yeah, he's just down Archer, and they want to put him down Bow Knight and stuff. Doc Bishop. How would you do that in this? Is it just like Master Seals? I assume you don't need Dark Seals in this. And Dark Mage is an advanced class now. Huh. So maybe it just works like that. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay then. Yeah, welcome to the group, Ash. Welcome on in. Alright, you mastered that class during the last thingamabob, so yeah, let's give you another class then, Constance.
Time to work you into shape.
I'm gonna run out of these intermediate seals. Like, my goodness gracious. Like, I have 6. I got the 5 from the shop and the 1 for winning that last battle. So now I'm just down to the 5 for the shop for this month. That's the thing. So I can't be going too ham.
In the sun.
Can't be going too crazy ham with these things. Sure. Sure. And then, okay, you're still working on Mage. They're happy. I guess because Constance got, like, all that experience here in the training grounds, and I was, you know, working on a Cavalier for Happy in the meantime. For something else there. Yeah, here, Ritza the fighter over here in the meantime. Just to work on something else, yeah.
With proper training,
Let's keep on holding to these 5 intermediate seals and whatnot. Just leave that for now. Can't wait to see how you do. But yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the case there. I should have gotten that award while I was in the thingamabob.
Could you spare a moment?
My apologies, but a portion of the responsibility for losing the Great Bridge of Murden falls to me. I was late in noticing that our communication had been cut off from Garrick Mach. When we fight to retake the bridge, I will assume the vanguard and see my name cleared. Okie doke, well, a strong sense of responsibility there.
Hi there.
I owe Count Leopold my life. That's why I volunteered to be transferred from Garrick Mach to here. I will help him, I swear it. Okay. Hi. I understand there's a war on here, but we're all being worked like plow horses. Still, I suppose it can't be helped if our allies are in danger of annihilation. It would be a terrible waste of effort if we weren't able to assist them, so let us endeavor to ensure we can do so. I'll agree, yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll give it everything we've got. Okay. Oh, and there's the support conversation prompt there. Alright. Hi.
Come here.
Psst.
Listen up.
Psst. You may be aware of this already, but the Bert can be cruel. You mean Hubert? Yeah, but, you know, it's fine. It's a long story. Plus, I owe him for that business under Garrick Mach. Look confused?
Uh-huh.
I'm not following at all.
Basically,
Yeah, sorry about that. I just wanted to complain a little. Well, alright. The amount of times we've heard this leitmotif? Wait. Oh. Alright, hi.
Excuse me.
On the northern bank of the Airmid, downstream of the Great Bridge, lies the territories of Gonril and Ordelia. House Ordelia, who once expressed loyalty to the Empire, followed the dogs of House Gloucester and changed their stance. But House Gonril was ready to fight to the bitter end, and that stance is all the more clear now. I'm glad we helped Ash see the error of his ways. But things may not always work out like that. We're going to face other classmates, and there's no way to tell how that might end. I understand Adie's circumstances, so I don't plan to demand she put a stop to the war.
that's not
But it's
good.
always painful to have an acquaintance die. Why couldn't I have been born in a more peaceful time? Yeah. That there. Alright, I've talked to everybody. Let's see about this award. Apparently you have an award for me?
Well,
View awards. Brilliant. Oh yeah, I can sell some of these. Worked real hard for this. Put it to good use. I totally will. I totally will. This is a B rank battalion there, the Secret Transportation Force. So I guess that's just the color of like A ones or something. Maybe. I suppose so. Or doing the various achievements and stuff. Yeah, we'll get there on things bit by bit.
Result's a good result.
Yeah, sure. Before we see the support conversations, I just want to have a look-see at the war map. Wait, will there be a cutscene? Okay, there won't be a cutscene here. Oh, is that Anna over there? Is that what's going on here? Let's see here. Anna's shop. And I don't think we killed Ingrid in that last fight. Occasionally, Anna's shop will appear on the war map. Anna will change locations each time you engage in a battle, so don't miss your chance to visit her shop. If you select a surveying spot where Anna is currently located on the war map, Anna will visit your camp and set up shop there for the duration of the current chapter. You can buy rare and precious items from Anna's shop. Like seals? Like seals, maybe? So, yeah, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 battles before the thingamabob. So, yeah, we kind of have to do a loop-de-loop and pull around the river here in order to rescue our allies. Total enemies defeated in this chapter 2000. So I can probably, you know, be going around doing the various things and then come back to this, right? Most likely, I would imagine. So that's what we're working with this time. And yeah, you can see right on the map where we're situated here and where we have our camp set up. Okay. Okay, let's have a look-see here at these support conversations that we've got. Looks like we've got a few here. Let's see what's going on over here.
Oh, hey. Looks like I'm not the first one to show up.
Hello there. No need to pay me any mind. I'll just be absorbed in my book here. I assume you've come to meet someone? As they've clearly not arrived yet, why don't you join me? Here.
Thanks. Hey, Linhart, you're into all that spooky magic stuff, right? Like sorcery and crests and whatnot?
Yes. Why? Is there something you'd like to ask me?
Oh no, I was just thinking it's kind of weird that you've never really been interested in my power.
Do you want me to be?
I'll brush the question off.
I mean, not really, but I would have at least expected you to ask about it by now. That and Hubert scared me half to death talking about how you might experiment on me. Just so we're clear, I'm not into that.
Uh-huh. Well, not everything piques my interest. Your circumstances simply do not.
If you're not interested, then so be it. But is there any particular reason why?
Hard to say. Perhaps because a sword is the only thing you're able to manifest? Strictly speaking, I suppose your power does raise some questions. But that sinister weapon of yours, it just doesn't leave me all that interested in learning more.
Sinister, huh? That's one way to describe it.
Tell me, have you ever beheld one of the hero's relics? They also possess the most peculiar aura. And yet, there's something almost divine about the terror they instill. But your sword? It's cold. Maybe even inhuman. In more complex terms, it's little more than an inorganic, dispassionate construct. Not a hint of the goddess's divine guidance in its design. It's not as if you were able to choose what you manifested, right? It just came to you.
True. But what if I could turn it into something else and start manifesting different things? Would you be interested then?
Is such a thing possible? I would like to see that for myself, I must admit. In fact, I'd be quite excited by that. What a fascinating topic to lay at my feet.
I don't know what hedging a bit means, but sure.
Hey, it was just a suggestion. I have no idea if I can actually do it.
But aren't you the one who brought it up?
Oh, poor Linhart. Poor Linhart, he got his hopes up there. Alright, let's see here.
Wait, what?
Bernadetta, is that a letter from your mother?
Huh? Oh, Lady Edelgard. Yes, she wrote me from the capital. Wait, how did you know that? Are you screening my mail? Spying on my correspondence?
Bernadetta, is there anyone else who would write you?
Of course there is. There's, that guy? Wait, I don't have any friends. I don't even have any family. I don't have anybody. Poor Bernie's all alone in this cold, cruel world.
Easy, Bernadetta. You have plenty of friends. They simply don't need to write to you because you're fighting in the same army.
Wait, really? Well, that's a relief.
Also, how can you claim to have no family when your mother writes you regularly? That's certainly more than I can say.
Oh, right. I forgot about your, parent situation. Guess I shouldn't be complaining, huh?
It's fine. Just be thankful that your mother is in good health. And make sure to write back so she doesn't worry.
I always do. Pages and pages.
That reminds me, have you heard from your father? I'm sure he had much adjusting to do after I installed him in Garreg Mach as the head of the Southern Church.
Nothing from him, but my mother keeps me up to date in her letters. She has his attendance and her regular reports. The last update was something like, "Your father is so scared of the Central Church's assassins, he's locked himself away up in the third-story reception hall. They have to drag him out kicking and screaming whenever it's time to deal with clerical affairs."
I'm certain I heard a similar tale when another noble first relocated to Garreg Mach.
Really? Huh. Oh, but the locking himself in his room part sure sounds a lot like me, doesn't it?
Yes, although you've come a long way from the reclusive, shy girl you used to be. Back at the Officers' Academy, you used to take your shunning of people to something of an extreme.
Do you really think I'm that different now? It's hard for me to tell. Maybe knowing that my father has started hiding from the world helps, though. Now I don't have to stay inside to avoid seeing him, you know?
One might say your curse has been lifted. Just like mine.
Wait, hang on. What's your curse?
Nothing. Please ignore what I said.
Oh, come on! You can't leave me in suspense like this!
Huh, so now Bernadetta's father is the one who's locking himself away from the world, huh? That's what's going on here.
Yes, that looks right.
Why, hello, Linhart. It is not often I find you drawing outside.
I'm not drawing. I'm simply trying to capture this wyvern's form. See? It's resting on that hill over there.
Ah, an extraordinary sight indeed. Now then, let us see what you have done so far. I must say, it feels as though something is lacking in your work. How can I describe it? Your depiction is almost too accurate. Take these scales, for example. Why, they could have been plucked from the very wyvern itself.
I told you this isn't art. I'm doing it for my research. And when conducting research, it's always best to have precise references. The same is true in dealing with numbers or gathering information.
I see. So you value accuracy above all else.
Right. Honestly, I've never quite understood art anyway. So I'm perfectly content leaving that sort of thing to the true creatives. You know, the quirky ones. People like Bernadetta.
Even so, there may come a day when your work is seen as the craft of a master artisan, when such precision is lauded as the height of aesthetic genius.
What makes you say that?
Oh, merely a passing thought. Perhaps in the distant future, connoisseurs will value accuracy and attention to detail over the magnificent interpretive pieces we hold dear today.
Do you really think that'll happen, though? I doubt people will ever stop appreciating the ancient classics. You certainly have always done so.
Yes, there is no denying that. But I fear my own personal inclinations hold little sway over public opinion. Nobody knows what trends may arise in the decades and centuries to come. So I can indeed envision a future in which accurate depictions are praised just the same as the greats of old. And I encourage you to do the same, my friend.
I don't get it. How are you so optimistic all the time? It's like you're constantly looking toward the future.
I could say quite the same about you. I have always believed you to be rather forward-thinking.
That's not optimism, though. All I'm thinking forward to is the time when I can just sleep the days away. That's why I'm forcing myself to be as active as I can now.
Regrettably, those halcyon days of slumber are still but a distant dream. I have much work for you, both now and further down the road. To begin with, might I ask you to paint my portrait?
For the last time, I'm a researcher, not an artist. Are you sure you want such a faithful depiction?
That is exactly what I want. How else would my yet unborn descendants know the true visage of the great Ferdinand von Ayer? Indeed, I would be proud to submit myself as a subject of your research. Consider it a study in the personification of nobility itself.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I'm fine drawing you, but I don't have the slightest modicum of interest in actually researching you. Though, I do sometimes wonder where you get all that unabashed confidence from.
Well, that's all the support conversations. One of the things I said at the beginning of this session was, you know, after the voice actor for Ferdinand passed away, it's always going to be a bit strange hearing his voice from here on, and, you know, thinking and being like, wow, it's crazy to think that the person behind that voice isn't around anymore, you know? It's a crazy thought, and the world is a bit of a crazy place sometimes, you know? Anyway, I feel like that's probably enough for, enough Fire Emblem 3 Hopes for now, because I have been streaming for over 6.5 hours after starting it late on release day here, and it is currently almost 4 in the morning, and I typically like having my Fire Emblem stuff go up in the mornings and whatnot. I think the time that I had set for this in Mountain Time was like 6 a.m., something like that, for Fire Emblem uploads to go up. So, you know, even if I really wanted to continue, it's probably a good idea for me to call it here, cut this up into parts, and get, you know, the first one at the ready here to go up like 2 hours from now, basically. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next little bit, and I'm gonna freaking pass the hail out, you know, is what's gonna happen here. So, yeah, that's the plan there. So, with that, thanks all who stopped by and hung out for this session of shenanigans, and until next time, take care and see you.